We're less than 2 weeks out from the 2026 Winter Olympics. There's so much shared history between the host country, Italy, and Washington, D.C. In fact, one of our country's founding fathers fell so in love with Milan that he commissioned D.C. to be designed in its image.
How about that? As News 4's Jummy Olabanji reports, a local museum highlights that history and tells the stories of the Italians who helped shape our nation's capital.
This is Washington, D.C., superimposed on the streets. As you walk around D.C., you'll notice that in some ways it reminds you of Rome. I mean, every one of these, would you like to pick one?
So for those of us who have been on that Memorial Bridge and taking it over into Arlington, what's the significance there?
Look more carefully, because those were cast in Italy. And this was a gift from the Italians. I felt that it was our calling to bring all this together and tell the story of Italians and the contributions, but also their lives in D.C.
Ginevra di Benci, which is focused in a focal point of the National Gallery's Italian art collection, Washington, D.C. is the only owner of a Da Vinci in the Western Hemisphere.
So many of us, we see the National Cathedral, and we assume that has a very Italian look, but really there's Italian influence, I mean, all the way from upper Northwest into the historic 8th Street corridor northeast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
And it's the Italian story, but you have to put it through the lens of American history. But every one of these has a story. Pick one or two and tell us what that strikes you.
Been to Cafe Milano several times in Georgetown. I mean, I've been there before. Okay, so we're in the beautiful church now, which you can see from the outside, and folks may have passed by before.
110 years old.
The Mass started in 1913 at 10:30 a.m. in Italian. Today, the 10:30 Mass is still celebrated in Italian.
All right, so we've kind of started from the beginning. We went to church, we've seen all the history, but this is the contemporary space of the museum, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we wanted it to end on a forward-looking note. All of these artists are Italian, directly from Italy, or Italian Americans living in the DC area.
Jimmy, would you like to be our first visitor to sign our book for 2026?
I would be honored. Okay. I enjoyed my visit.
How about right
so
here?
much.
We'll start right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.